XQC is right that it's a rumor. She's basically repeating a rumor. She probably doesn't actually know.
Bro, that's literally like public speculation.
But that's her point, right? That is her whole point, is these things are just out there and we're not confident in what is being reported.
Yeah.
I legit cannot find the clip that is being reported on this where she said this. But basically, Pokimane, famous female Twitch streamer, talked about how there's not enough female streamers out there that are as big as people like Kai or Speed or something. And I think she's right. I agree with that. But at the same time, she's getting a lot of backlash from other people and saying like, oh, you know, what about these people that you're not counting that are women, like Iron Mouse and other VTubers? And then there's people just getting mad and being like, oh, you're sexist. You want to start a gender war or something like that. Which dumb, stupid. I can't find the clip of her talking about this. The only thing I was able to find was Asmongold. So unfortunately, we're gonna be watching an Asmongold video discussing this. I don't know if we'll watch through all of this. I'm definitely probably going to be disputing some of the stuff he mentions in here, but I'm also going to be agreeing with some of the stuff he mentions in here, because I do think there are some things that Pokimane has said that may, you know, have solid arguments against them. So let's go ahead and get into Asmongold.
The like ranges I can confirm are like 1 to 20 million.
Wow.
Anything beyond that, I'm like, I've seen certain headlines, but I cannot confirm.
Yeah, there was a headline about XQC getting $100 million.
Yeah, but I've heard different things behind the scenes. You also don't know, oh, is part of that 100 million like equity?
Bro, I think they're still pushing that. Man, I honestly, I don't get it much. I don't get it much. It is what it is.
Is it?
Bro, I cannot understand what XQC ever says. I did not comprehend a single word that was just said right now.
I think true. I'm not sure what he said, but true.
Yeah.
Paid in different ways. Was it actually 100 or was it just a headline that makes everybody look good so nobody refutes it? I really cannot confirm or deny.
But you can confirm you've seen between $1 and $20 million of those exclusive contracts.
Which is freaking insane. And also, I'm talking about contracts.
So basically, what you're saying is that the Ninja 40 mil is also fake then. Surely, right? Because Ninja
was never stated 40 million.
Was that what, 40 mil? I think, or 30? So I'm guessing this is also fake. He probably had some equity or some peanuts. What did he have? What else? What did he have? Oh, because if 20 mil is the bar, you never heard about 40 mil. I thought everybody heard 30 mil, no?
That get renewed maybe once, maybe twice. Whoa. So like additive.
Yeah, those were incredible.
I'm just saying, she's something behind the scenes. I am just wondering what that is. Like what does behind the scenes mean? Eddie is extremely, is very under wraps, very behind the scenes. The guy doesn't talk to anybody. The contract was between me, my agent, and Eddie, right? My agent.
I only comprehend like every 4 out of 5 words he's saying right now, dog.
Decided to leak it after some big fucking press release or some shit like that. I don't know what they did, but they did it. Anyway, shit got leaked through the cracks or whatever, right? There's no, but like, it's kind of hard. Well, I'm just saying, it's kind of hard. It's kind of crazy that like, the system is like this. Me, agency, Eddie, working like this. Then agency.
It's the Illuminati, by the way.
Agency, like, leaks information. And then that's what the people know, right? That's people. That's how the information went. I'm just confused on how, like, Pokimane over here heard something behind the scenes. Like, that's different. Like, who is like the behind the scenes? Like, who is any of these people? I don't get it. Who is saying what? It's gonna it's just.
I think people talk, a lot of people talk, but it's hard to know who's right and who's not, and who's making up bullshit and who's not making up bullshit. That's what I think it really is. But I think that a lot of them made a lot of money. It makes sense. Of course they did.
It's common language, people say.
I mean, yeah, that's just like, that's anything. That's like all entertainment. That's just not the creator economy or streamers or anything. That is everyone out there. The deals are you look at like someone like LeBron James and his contract and his agent, Rich Paul, like, right? That's his name, Rich Paul. He makes a ton of money as an agent. So you already know, like, LeBron James's contracts are not all going to him. Like, why are we having conversations about this as if all the money goes directly to the streamer, or like anything possibly reported can be true, unless you are having to like publicly release your taxes or something. I don't understand why this is like a massive factor even. Like, I think Pokimane's right. Just say it how it is. Like, hey, I am not getting all of the money that was like proposed here in this contract, and I'm not going to share how much I made. But like, you know, it's that way with any deal possible. Like, it's like, it seems like XQC hears his name mentioned and like his deal and how much money it was reported on it, and he just immediately goes into defense mode.
I would say behind the scenes, what they mean is, oh, you mean it's the exact opposite. It's some of the public was saying, oh, dude, maybe it's equity, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and people will say some things, and then that's behind the scenes talk, bro. That's not like some. I'm just saying that's not like some scientific like infiltrator data mining or something like that.
XQC is right that it's a rumor. She's basically repeating a rumor. She probably doesn't actually know.
Bro, that's literally like public speculation.
But that's her point, right? That is her whole point, is that, hey, these things are just out there and we're not confident in what is being reported.
Yeah.
Don't say that public speculation is behind the scenes talk. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's I mean, am I crazy?
How do you understand him?
Who says that?
It is what it is.
Watch. I'm sure, like, to be a part of that was pretty amazing.
And I feel like I lucked out so much. I remember when I got an offer from Twitch or even YouTube, I was like, you guys are gonna pay me more to do what I was gonna do anyways?
You're like, you know, I like this stuff, right? Like, I like what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
felt so lucky, and also because it's something that really only happens in an industry at a specific time and period of growth in that industry.
It'll happen again. People said it wouldn't.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'd love for it to happen again. I don't know. Like, it would be great for it to, you know, great for the economy. But I simply, from everything I've seen, it's not bringing in the money yet that it would be. And if it does come back, it's going to be specifically with like a Kai or a Speed or someone who can bring in 1 million viewers, like peak at 1 million viewers. It's not going to be a large amount of creators that get these exclusive contracts, because it just simply does not bring in the money the same way other things would. The way that, you know, YouTube will post movies on their website, or the way that they can create a new feature like Shorts that millions of people are going to be posting on. I genuinely don't see the value in it for a hosting company compared to just on a streamer by streamer basis.
It didn't happen again after the Mixer thing, then it happened again. The reason why I didn't take the deals myself is because they wanted me to run a bunch of ads, and I didn't want to run a bunch of ads. Like, that's the only real reason I didn't take the deal. Like, it's just annoying. I didn't think it'd be good for my brand. It'd be, like, cause like, I look at my career as something that I'm going to be doing in 30 years. So, like, why would I make a decision now to do something that could negatively affect me and my trajectory for, like, the next 10 years? It's that simple. That's the way I see it. Now, everybody's going to have their own, like, not everybody wants to do what I want to do. And probably 30 years is inaccurate. Probably 50, right? Unless somebody shoots me or something like that. Or, you know, I like, have a heart attack. Yeah, I'll always be doing it. So there's not really going to be a reason for me to stop. So yeah, of course, stream at 84. Yeah, if I could, for sure.
Are we gonna keep seeing exclusive Spotify deals? Probably not.
No. Yeah.
Just like we're not really seeing more exclusive streaming deals.
I agree with that. I don't think we're gonna see stuff like, because it's bad for the industry, right? It is bad for the streamer specifically. I've seen it with Ludwig. Ludwig went back to Twitch after being exclusive with YouTube. I think he's multi-streaming now, and I've heard a lot of streamers say it's best to multi-stream. It is the most profitable, the best way to reach all the viewers, and it's the same way with an artist, like on Spotify or Apple Music or something. It's like, you don't want to alienate your audience by only being on Apple Music. Oh, I've got Spotify, I can't listen to you. Like, people don't make that jump. But they might make that jump a bit more for free platforms like YouTube and Twitch, where it's ran on ads instead of subscriptions. But even then, it's like on Twitch, you have to pay for a subscription to like bypass the ads. And then you got to pay for the YouTube premium to bypass the YouTube ads. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword. But my stance right now is it's not coming back.
So I was just like, God damn, I lucked out.
I don't know what these people want. Like, do they want like some official like bank stamped like wire like pay slip or something like that? Do they want like a monthly pay slip? I mean, that's whatever. I mean, people already know how much it is like for the 2 years, whatever. I mean, what do I have to show pay slip and then what?
Then I just say it's
I
fake.
want some guarantee that if I show a pay slip, then this fucking misinformation like bullshit stops.
Who cares?
That's all I want.
Who cares?
One pay slip, and then
I think here's the reality. I don't think XQC should be. I feel like he's kind of like insecure about people downplaying his success. I feel like
he 100% is, because he's still talking about it. We've moved on to talking about like exclusive contracts, and he's still sitting here upset about the deal she mentioned.
XQC had like an insane, like I remember from like I would say like 2019 to like 2023, especially when he went to Kick. Like the reason you have to keep in mind, like the reason why XQC got paid all that money to go to Kick and why it was such a big deal is because he was the biggest streamer on the platform. And it was not even close, right? Especially for like the amount of hours that he streamed. Like I would get like close to about the same amount of viewers that he would in a lot of cases. But the difference is that he would stream 4 times as much as I did. And he had a much more dedicated community. And so he brought over all of those people to Kick. And I think that out of all the people that Kick invested in, XQC was probably the best investment. He was.
we saw the dog shit. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, they removed the goalpost.
What did he say?
Because last time, I quite literally said, I will sign any NDA to anybody that's a big creator.
He did
if
say
they want
that.
to report on it,
XQC did say this.
I will show them the part.
So what he actually said, I remember the context about this, is that I think he was actually even accused by Pokimane before. I don't remember this, so maybe not. But he was accused by somebody, I believe it was her, that in his contract to go to Kick, that it required him to gamble. And he said that if you sign an NDA, you can tell people whether that's true or not, and I'll let you read the contract yourself.
That's
so he
wild.
said that.
Deal that they want to
crazy.
see, right? So they see that there's 1, no equity, and two, no gambling. I will, any big streamer that wants to sign an NDA, I will NDA them into the contract so that they can see the parts and allow them to report legally those 2 parts. Why NDA? Because I mean, I don't want them to like the whole fucking thing. Like what?
Yeah.
Brother, can I be honest with you? I think she speaks a lot about deals, and I actually challenge her. I hope. What about if Pokimane does this? How about you leak the deal that you had, your legacy deal from way back in the days, and the more.
But like, I don't get the point. Like, I think his ego's just hurt, dog. Like that. Her whole point is like, we don't really know the numbers. It's somewhere out there, and it's a great opportunity. And like, there's also rumors about other people's contracts. But I think the second he heard like, oh, he might have got paid less than what was reported, he just took a big ego hit. And now he's like, oh, release your bank statements. She never talked about any of that. Like, what is wrong with you?
Or the more recent one. I bet you leaked those 2 deals, and we could kind of maybe compare or think about what those entail because which is what I'm saying. I mean, Pokimane is from way back in the days. She has a very like long-term brand. She had a long career. She had contracts before, but we never heard about those. We never got to hear about it, right? So I'm not. How am I mad?
A bunch of people got contracts. Like a lot of my friends got contracts, and a lot of people, maybe you guys don't even know, had contracts. Like there's some people that I know had contracts, but they didn't say it because it was like basically it's complicated, right? But it was nothing misleading or deceiving. It was just that they weren't made public. As I said, I never pursued a contract like that because I didn't like feeling committed to streaming. Like to me, freedom in my life is the most important thing, and there is not a dollar amount that you could put on that number.
Oh, I would sign a contract so hard right now. I would stream for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. Give me that contract. I mean, as long as, like, hold on. I will do that for 5 days a week. Give me 2 days off. I will do 12 hours streaming every day, but give me 2 days off so I can make other content.
That would be worth it to me. So the freedom to say yes or no, to do what I want to do or not do what I want to do, to say what I want to say or not say what I want to say, that is more valuable to me than any amount of money. And so, like, that's why I didn't sign a contract and I didn't do it, right? It was that and the ads. And so even $1 billion, no, I don't need $1 billion. Why would I need $1 billion?
See, why does Asmongold defend Elon Musk and all these billionaires so much? Of like, oh, they've earned it. They need. I gotta protect them and everything. And then he'll turn around and be like, why would I need $1 billion?
And also, it depends on like what it would be, right? Is it's like $1 billion to go to like a gas station one day? Yeah, I would do that. I feel like I could compromise there. But in a general sense, on a long-term perspective, absolutely not. Flex on them hoes, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, if I had $1 billion, like, what would that change in my life? Nothing. Like, what would I mean, I guess I could probably invest and like use the money to like do different things. Like, yeah, that would be kind of interesting. But like, I can also use influence and like use my insight now to do that anyway. And so, and then work with other people that have more capital. So it's not a big deal.
I'm just saying. There's some energy about contracts and some talks about it, right? But a lot of people kind of hide behind the deals that they had and that they got, right? And I think sometimes it's kind of interesting to hear about it.
Okay.
I think that it is weird that a lot of people do try to downplay XQC because I feel like he was, definitely like really popular. And apparently Pokimane said that unfortunately there aren't that many huge female streamers, at least not on Kai and Speed's level. Pokimane says that streaming scene is becoming more male dominated. The funny thing is that she's actually right. And the reason why she's right is because
wow, Asmongold's right. That's awesome.
Women don't watch streams. So the problem is that
no.
Because a lot of guys are watching streams, you have a lot of people that are watching streams for a male. What do men see value in with other men? Being funny, intelligence, relatability, being able to be like, yeah, this guy would be my friend. Sure, humor, confidence, they just like you, right? And so it's like,
Does Asmongold know what women do? Does Asmongold know the media consumption habits of women? What does he think they just don't use the internet? Right? What? Brother, Oprah is a billionaire based on women watching. What? Bro said women don't watch media. That's the problem.
Would this person be my friend? If you're a guy and you're watching a female streamer There is a reason why almost every single female streamer, if you look at her clips,
Don't say
now
it,
they
don't
delete
say
them,
it.
so it's not the case. But back in the day, every female streamer, her most popular clips would always be
Don't
her
say
getting
it.
up or sitting down. Because most of the people that are watching these girl streamers are guys that are lonely that want these girls to give them attention. That's the reason.
Yes and no. There's a specific type of streamer for that. There are streamers who are I'll give you one. Someone who has actually specifically mentioned to me before. Sup Caitlin. Her entire brand is centered around catering to those men and helping those men that feel lonely. And there are a million different copy and paste like her. The people that we're discussing in this context are the top streamers. Sup Caitlin cannot be a top streamer on doing just that alone. You know, Pokimane, Valkyrie, Iron Mouse, they do stuff far beyond that. And that is also why they have a pretty solid female audience. Caroline Kwan, Cutie Cinderella. These are people that bring in strong female audiences and are not catering to men sexualizing them. I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
And it's because it's a male-dominated space. So if you want to have big female streamers and you want to have content creators that are female, that are the size of Kai or Speed, what you need to do is you need to introduce more women into the live streaming environment. Because currently the content for that and like the narrow expectation that men...
I agree on that end. I agree to introduce more women to watching streams, but I don't agree on this is the only thing that currently exists in streaming. That is just not true. And that is proven by who the top ones are on the platform already. It's just simply, okay, actually, I'll give you a great example. Extra Emily. Extra Emily goes out and does great IRL streams and is great to watch and mostly is not sexualized at all whatsoever. And I think she is the perfect example of someone who's breaking the boundaries on Twitch and doing Kai and Speed level stuff. And she's just not gaining the following they are. One, because I think that's a man's problem. You know, to be a top streamer, you need men and women watching you, not just women. I don't know why we're trying to separate this by genders and say, oh, only men can watch men streamers and only women cannot watch women streamers. That's not true. But also, I would say, you know, she's someone that does something very similar to Speed, maybe not at an international level, but does great IRL streams that are very entertaining to watch. But I feel like men come in and are like, oh, I don't want to watch a girl do this. I just want to see her be sexualized. Okay, and this girl's not sexualizing herself enough. And that is the problem. The men audience is the problem. Not that I do agree it'd be great to bring more women viewership onto the platform. You know, I think it's an opportunity to grow the platform. But I don't think it is entirely that's the issue why there's no women that are at the streaming level of Kai and Speed, you know?
One, men are looking for girls that are pretty. You can look at the top 100 male streamers and you're going to see a few Quasimodos. You can
looking at one. Looking at one right now.
look at the top 100 female streamers and you're not going to see a single one that's below a 6. Every single one.
Iron Mouse has never shown her face before. Just saying. Just saying. She's above Kai and Speed at times. Never showed her face.
One of them's going to be attractive. That's just the truth. And so, the reason why also is because, what do you call it? The reason why it's very simple. Give me 1 second. The reason why is because there are simply more people on there.
I just saw someone in the chat say fan is ugly. Are you insane, dog? Are you crazy? I know you're trying to disprove Asmongold's point, which is a great thing to do, but like, don't bring down fan in the process. What's wrong with you?
There that are looking for that type of content. And we need funny ones. Well, it's not even being funny. That's the thing, is that even like guys are not watching.
Yes, it is. It is. I used Extra Emily as the example. She's very funny and she's very great. Guys need to be watching her. They're not, because she won't sexualize herself. That is the problem, is the male audience. Not that we don't have enough female audience on the platform. That is what is sustaining her viewers.
Girls for them to be funny. Guys are watching girls for a girlfriend experience. That's it. That's the reason. Pokey's right. VTubers aren't.
It's just Asmongold's very close-minded in a very broad audience of things. Why is he trying to relate everything to what he does personally when he watches? Like, no, dog. I actually watch these streamers because they're entertaining, not because I want to have sex with them. Like, calm down. What?
Emails, raw men with voice changers. Yeah, and that's what's kind of crazy about this is that if you look at the graphs and everything with VTubers especially, you'll see that there are a lot of VTubers, especially HoloLive VTubers, that are, yeah, take a look at this. Plenty of women watch, yeah, look at this here. So this is a girl by peak viewers. So if we take a look at this is a girl named Miko. I don't know who these people are in a lot of cases. So this is, Fauna, that's like my main character in, what do you call it? She's the one that throws the leaves in HoloCure. And this is their peak viewers, right? Corone, she was also, I think, in HoloCure too. She had like a sword or something. And then Pecora, yeah, these are all 100K streams, right? This is a lot of fucking people. Like even like, and this is all primarily on YouTube as well. And there you fucking go. That's a massive amount of people that are being watched. But V2,
I think that's just a different watching habit, honestly. Like you mentioned, they're all on YouTube. That's just like a completely different watching habit. And also, these are peak viewers, not average viewers. I think average is much more important to take a look at. But with that being said, we got to take a look at the Twitch issue here. You know, when we take a look at people who stream on Twitch, what is the top streamers there, and what are the top American streamers? I think the American culture also is very important in all this.
VTubing is becoming a lot more popular. Now, the reason why VTubing, I think, is becoming a lot more popular is that, number one, is that it removes a lot of the physical element, and it makes it to where, this might sound kind of weird, but it's a weird thing where anime girls appeal to girls and guys, but actual girls usually just appeal to girls or guys, if that makes sense. Because if there's like a girl that's like very sexual.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to make the point I made earlier, except that's not a streamer problem. That's a men's problem. You know, you're saying like, oh, girls that have a primary girl audience, it's because they're doing girly things. No, some of them are just entertaining, and like the men just don't find them attractive enough or want to sexualize them enough.
Or she's super attractive, you're gonna have like a lot of like hater girl energy against her. And you see this, right? It's like mean girl behavior, etc. But the cute anime girls can capture both sides of the audience without anyone feeling insecure. So you can have guys that can imagine themselves as being in a relationship with this anime girl. I know.
Is he saying that girls won't watch hot girls because they'll feel insecure? Brother, why does anybody watch Catching Up with the Kardashians then? What? The logic here, I don't get it. It's just all fueled by sexism. It has.
Oh, like who would ever do that? And then on top of that, you could also have girls that are like, oh, this character's really cute and I like it. I think the best example is like Hatsune Miku, or like another example where like a lot of girls like to copy it. And so it's diabolical, it's mental illness. Well, I'm just saying like, this is just how it is. And so that's why VTubing is so popular, is because VTubing is a form of streaming that females can get involved with that allows them to capitalize on both markets. It allows them to capitalize on male markets because of the same simp male viewers, and also female markets because you avoid the, like the female Mean Girls effect. Like, I don't think that there's a single attractive female streamer on Twitch that I haven't heard other girls sneak dissing and saying negative shit about. And it's really kind of weird. Nobody hates attractive women more than
That's how everything works, though. Do you not see how offended XQC got earlier and how often he sneak disses people? That doesn't have anything to do with just women and looks and stuff, unless you only have a sexist viewpoint.
other women. That's a fucking fact. And if you've been around anybody like that, you've seen this happen, that is so fucking true. And so that's really the reason why. And also, like, what women do in order to like get male viewers is going to be different than what women would do to get female viewers if they're real women. But with VTubing, it's a little bit of the similar thing. And so, yes, you can look at this most popular female streamers by top streams. Now, to be fair, I think Imaru's like a fucking, what was it? A Halloween party, not Halloween, Chinese New Year party would be right here, right? It'd been between 94 and 48K because it had like 50 something thousand viewers. So Imi would definitely be up there as well. Same as like there's Genji, and I don't know who this person is, Alandrissa. I'm not sure. So it's not like nobody, there are no female popular streamers that are women, but it's just a lot harder to do. And I think VTubing is what's going to be very popular. And I think it's going to continue to become popular. And here's another reason.
Get rid of the times. We don't like real women anymore. What, you mean these virtual women go online and make money and I have to spend 3 hours putting makeup on? Yep. Get over it, whore. Your days are over. Your womb is drying up. My womb is eternal.
This is so weird. I don't like VTubers. I'll be honest. I appreciate like Iron Mouse. I think she's great, and everything I've seen of her and her story, it's awesome. But I think like there's a lot of like there's weirdness in this space, and specifically this is there's a high chance there's a man behind that account. Like, I don't know who this is or what it is, but it's just like it gets into that anonymity point where you can go and just say whatever you want and just be an awful person, which is just literally, it's like owning a anonymous Twitter account at that point.
She's right. She is. She's right. And so, creepy. I know you might think it's creepy. You might think she's weird, etc. That's totally fine. You have whatever opinion you want, but she's right. And so anyway, Gargora is performing for the Dodgers last year. Yep, there you have another one right there. And then it wasn't just her. I think it was also, it was also Pecora and Suisse as well, who did the same thing. I remember seeing this like maybe a year ago or something like that. And yeah, this is it. And also like Suisse and Pecora, yeah, you of course I remember all of it, obviously. And so anyway, so yeah, it's been exactly like a year. Yeah, and so it's gonna be all AI girls soon. Definitely play the Gura clip. I've never even seen the clip. I don't even know where I would find it. But anyway, a lot of people are being negative about this, and I think Pokimane is right that it's harder for female streamers to gain popularity. But I think the big reason for that is simply because female streamers are either appealing to men or women, and the live streaming space is very much. But
it doesn't have to be that way. That's the point. I think the issue here is the male audience and what they're demanding, and not the. I usually say, if you want to be successful, you've got to do what your audience wants. But I think in this scenario, especially in the Twitch community, the male audience has been conditioned based on issues in the past with hot tub streams and all this other BS to where they won't watch a woman unless it's to sexualize them. And women that are extremely entertaining on the platform hurt viewership from that. They could be peaking above, honestly, Kai and Speed at points, if it wasn't for this expectation of sexualization that is turning them away. And that's a male viewership problem that you need to condition yourself to. You know, I used to personally, I will say this, I had my own little bits of sexism when it comes to media consumption in the past, where I didn't want to listen to female artists, or I didn't want to watch female streamers or female content creators or anything. I was like, that doesn't really connect to me. And then finally I was like, I'll just give it a shot. And I started to enjoy it. I started to like it. And now I will watch full streams of female content creators out there who are great, entertaining, and don't sexualize themselves at all. And it's awesome. Fan is great content creator. Extra Emily, amazing content creator. Cutie Cinderella, awesome content creator. I don't see why we need to require these girls to sexualize themselves when we can't just enjoy the content they're already creating that is above and beyond something like Asmongold. I will be frank about that.
Much male dominated, and it's male dominated in terms of viewers primarily. Like almost all viewers that are on Twitch, like I would say Twitch is probably like an 80-20, where like it's male to female viewers. Like for every, I don't know, like maybe for every 4 or 5 guys, there's like 1 girl. And even that might be an overstatement. Yeah, 90-10, you think so? I don't know. And real females are boring, sorry. I don't agree with you. But a lot of other people do.
I don't agree with you, but I got to kind of cater to my racist, sexist audience here a little bit. And oh boy.
And so that's it. A lot of other people do. Yeah. So that's all there is to you. There is to.
Got to validate.
You're telling me there's 10K girls.
Got to validate the issue I was just literally talking about, where I was literally saying this is the problem with the male audience. And instead of Asmon addressing that to a massive male audience that could be very supportive of these women, he's going to turn around and say, no, we got to trash them. You know, we got to throw away real women, or actually, I can't actually say that. So let me nudge you in that direction, you know?
On this stream? No, my viewership is actually, I don't know how this has happened. I feel like I've made a lot more incel content in the last 2 years, but somehow my female viewership has actually gone up. It's gone all the way up because it used to be at 99.
Because there's just more females. There's more women coming on to the platform and watching videos. They may be being pulled on by female streamers or just like people that are not like you, that can be a bit more inviting, and then they just find their way around from that. And on top of that, I think it's also becoming wildly more popular for conservative women to exist, trad women to exist, and people to lean into these ideas of kind of being fake trad women, because you're also like online instead of in the kitchen. But you know, we won't get into that.
10% male, and now it's like all the way down to like 96% male. That's you think about that. That's way more girls. That's a lot more. Oh my God. And girls are becoming masochists. We did it, boys. Maybe, yeah. Those are all the hate watchers. You know what? That's what makes sense. Yeah, those have got to be all the hate watchers. And anyway, so yeah, that's the reason why. And also Kai and Speed, you've got to understand, like, these guys are really entertaining. Now, you might not think that they're entertaining, but these guys are great. Like, they really put a lot of work into it. And there are no other girls really that are putting the amount of work into their streams that Kai.
It's not true. I mean, I literally just meant Extra Emily is doing like the same level IRL. She's not bringing on the superstar guests like Kai is. No one has that reach. Kai, he's alone in that category. But like, I'd say she's doing the level Speed is at. The only thing holding her back is there's not enough audience to financially support the content going further and further. That is the issue. I could 100% see Extra Emily doing a ton of international streams the same way Speed does. But her issue is that she just doesn't have as big of an audience and as big of a financial backing to be able to do that.
And Speed are putting in. There's not. They're not making the moves that these guys are making. So it's like whenever you're not trying to win the race, don't be surprised when other people win the race instead of you. That's it. They bring the hype. Yes, exactly. Right. That's just how it is. And working, I mean, it's the same as you work with like farming an item in a game, right? It's like you're actively applying effort to an activity. I don't want to argue with you whether streaming is work or not. Nobody gives a shit. But that's the way I see it. Don't VTubers consistently reach similar numbers as these guys, or do they not count? I think that Kai and Speed are more popular than VTubers, and I think especially Speed is. But at the same time, there are a lot of VTubers that are a lot closer. I think that the most popular female streamers are VTubers, and I think that will continue to be the case for quite a while. Just my 5 cents. Pokimane is right. Yep, she is. And there you go. And this is all for watch time right here as well. And you can see basically all guys. Pretty much every single person's a guy here. Of no surprise to anybody, but there it is. And Summit 1G, is Summit on there? Yes, he is. He's right underneath me, actually. And yeah, there you go. And that's been 10 years, bro. This guy's he's been farming for years. And yeah, I'm glad to see this. But
Espanol! Espanol! ¡No mames inglés!
Las frutas.
¡Las frutas!
Naranja. Cerezas.
people love this shit. They do. They love it. You might not love it. That's fine. But they do. Man, most watched female streamers. Yeah, there's a lot of them. And it's crazy how popular YouTube is and how popular VTubing is on YouTube. So, yeah, it's very weird.
I agree with that.
People like Shy
that's like what I was trying to mention earlier was, you know, it's like, it's a culture with YouTube, with VTubers, with Gotcha. You know, that's what a lot of people ended up following me for eventually, is they wanted to learn. I was showing how to video edit on a specific app that I think the Gotcha community uses a lot. And I ended up building my initial following through them, even though I don't touch that content at all. But it's like, it's something with the YouTube community where they're into the VTubers, to the Gotcha content and all that.
Now, Shy Lily. So there's a website called Character AI. Okay.
Oh boy. All right. He's just going to look at AI for the rest of this. So, yeah, once again, I mean, fundamentally, I think me and Asmon like agree on some points, but the method behind it or the reasoning behind it is completely disconnected in figuring out what the problem is exactly and what Pokey's point probably was and all of that. But I guess my real final thoughts on it, my real final thoughts is that there should be more women doing outlandish, crazy, high production streams, especially on Twitch specifically. However, I think it's a chicken the egg argument, because you've got people already doing that, like Extra Emily, but you don't have the massive audience behind it, funding it to be able to expand more. You know, there's not more money going into it, like for Extra Emily to go IRL and be like Speed, or there's nobody, Valkyrie or Pokey or somebody, to bring on super high star guest. And I think they're kind of getting there. You know, I know Valkyrie is bringing on like pretty high profile people onto her podcast and everything. I'd love to see like that move into like the streaming style as well. Maybe, I don't know. It's like Kai's a big mixed bag of different content. So it's like, I don't I don't think anyone can fully replicate exactly what he does and still get that exact audience. But I think another issue is just the male audience is refusing to watch the females unless they're extremely sexually attracted to them. So you do have this high quality content out there on these levels of Kai and Speed. They're just not being watched because the male audience is refusing to watch them unless they, you know, show boobs and ass the whole time. So I think that's the biggest problem right now, and I think that's the only way you're going to be able to solve the issue, really.